said forever, but I guess you lied. Next time you keep your promise, you say forever, until the day you die. My river flows into an ocean, not even gravity can stop this emotion. But trust me, you can't drink from my cup. We're too heavy, we can't hold each other up. I wait for you, the weight of the world, the weight of the world. You are to me what angels to owe. I'm rusty from all this love's running through me. I guess I have to go. If you can't trust me, I gotta let it flow before it gets disgusting. Trust me, I can't answer that no more. Must be the end of the world. Now and then I go over the deep end, and from a distance, it seems like I'm swimming. Lo and behold, I'm truly struggling. If I let you get close, you'd say I'm drowning in you. I want to be having fun. I want to be putting absurd shit out there. I think the world is taking themselves way too fucking serious. Like, no one can tell a joke anymore because everyone's walking on fucking eggshells about who we're offending and who we're not including. So now every freaking show you watch has every variety of human being in it. Like, you know, great, finally, wonderful, but it just seems like a formula now. And now that...
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a formula that everyone was white and there was the token black guy. That got fucking old too. But this shit is gonna get, I just want people to be real. Have the right people represent the right roles, you know?
Yeah.
And trust me, not everyone in this fucking world is living with a variety, like an Indian person, a Chinese person, a transgender person, a lesbian couple, a gay couple, a mixed race couple. By the way, all the mixed race couples, that the woman is black and the man is white. Hollywood is still not comfortable with the thought of a black man being with a white woman. I want to add that.
That's real.
Fucking real, and it's annoying. They're still over-regulating. Regulating is like the word of the day for me. Anyway, so yeah, keep it real, people. Just keep it real. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's a freaking joke now, and everyone is making fun of the fact that Hollywood is the only one overcompensating for the fact that you know, shit has to change. Why is Hollywood getting the brunt of it? First of all, and why are they so goddamn arrogant to think that they are responsible to be like the catalyst of change? Like, no, whatever you're representing, you're still fucking Hollywood, motherfuckers. It's still fake as fuck. I hate Hollywood, by the way. I fucking hate it. I hate it, man. It
certain
is just
parts
like
are just in
Netflix
general.
is like a fucking cesspool of poor, fast content. And, you know, fast content is waste as well. It's fucking, everyone's talking about fast fashion, fast food, everything being so goddamn fucking wasteful. You know, global warming awareness. Fucking fast content is just as cheap and disposable and fucking ruining the planet. So fuck you, Hollywood. Fuck your fake representation of diversity and inclusion. Go fuck yourselves.
But the thing is sometimes we think that it's coming from a good place, for one, which would be wrong. We would think the person... I know, I'm not saying you, but I'm saying... Right. Then I'm also saying, like, you know, and people also think that the source where it's coming from, that people have an understanding of things, and that's not true either.
And like, I'm mixed, and I'm like not like physically queer in the sense that I fuck women or am gender fluid. I'm queer in the sense that I am odd. So from a completely open, odd, weirdo fucking queer individual, mixed race, it's offensive to me that they're doing it. The fact that I'm offended and I see right the fuck through it, I just know it's white people doing it. The burden white people feel like they have because of their white guilt and their superiority. It's just a superiority complex to me. That's all I see. I don't see truth. I don't see love. I see a bunch of bullshit being shoved down our throat again.
Yeah, I think that also with the whole everything being kind of turned on its head and things being crazy with the world in general, and then us just being, you know, feared up by media and stuff like that. I think with all that stuff kind of going on, it really made a difference for now. It's almost kind of like when somebody been through something and then the old tricks don't work anymore or quite the way they did, because I think that things are still happening like they were before, but it's kind of like, you know what? I'm mature now. I went through some real serious problems. So this fake stuff that's coming up now, I can't take it right now. You know what I mean? Like
no one can take anything. Everyone is at their fucking limit.
And everybody's all rested up too. We had a break.
Rested up at their limit. Break. Yeah, right. Yeah. Wilding the F out.
So now you got to come with something new or something that's real or that makes sense. Like I said, this is the time.
Let's think about that for a second. Let's not rush through this. Come up with something new. Whether it's new coping mechanisms, new ways of being, new ways of really having that talk with yourself, the difficult talk. Where are you at? How fed up are you? And it's not even like social, all the stuff we're bombarded with. It's about your own personal boundaries with how you are overusing, abusing substances, your phone, your social media stream, content, the garbage you're putting in your brain. How much freaking crap are you watching before you fall asleep? Do you ever shut your freaking phone off? Like, we have to set our own fucking boundaries. And I realized I had become a miserable, angry person and a short-tempered, anxious all the time. And I'm not naturally anxious, and I can't just blame it on noise in the city.
Right.
It's also how I am allowing myself to be interrupted 24 hours a day. I am monitoring lyrics when I'm recording off of my phone. My friend texts, I get pissed, and not only at my friend, but at what I'm doing, life in general. It's like this, it doesn't have to be like that. If you just set your own fucking guidelines. Look, write on pen and paper again, okay? Have a fucking hour per day where you read a book. You shut your motherfucker off. Yo, the psychic noise goes away like that when you shut your phone off. You're not worried anymore. An hour, you're not worried about who am I not responding to, because what you don't know, like that ignorance is bliss thing, that's real.
Right.
Turn that shit on and you're like, whoa, what the fuck? This is why I'm upset all day long. Why do I have 40 fucking messages? I shut this off for an hour. Like, how is anyone getting anything done in life right now? There are no boundaries. People are texting each other at work, like in the fucking bath, in the shower. Like, this is fucking absurd. You gotta set fucking boundaries.
Yeah,
gotta
which is very hard.
Middle of fucking masturbating, you get a fucking text from like the most unsexy fucking thing on earth, and boom, you gotta start from the beginning. It's just like, you gotta put your foot down, and it is up to you as the individual. It is the world is not going to regulate it as long as it's making them shit tons of fucking money. It's not going to be regulated for years. It will eventually, but not for years, not for maybe decades.
And the thing about it, it's an assault that's put on us that that we didn't get a heads up about. So a lot of us is just falling into line, not realizing that it's happening. And so the main thing is just to kind of being able to snap out of it, and that's hard, especially when you got everything going so fast. It's hard.
Oh my God,
do
you know how empowering it is? It's like a superpower to not feel that need to be jonesing for your phone, to be looking at it, to be in communication, to check how many people just liked what you posted. Like, it's disgusting and it's pathetic, and it just goes, we become so base human, base emotion. Our need for attention, where we are the ones we need attention from. Like, we need to pay attention to ourselves, period.
Okay, so I agree with that too, but I do think that the feeling and the hunger that we have, I think that's legitimate, but I think where we're trying to get it's almost trying to get nourishment out of a candy bar. You want nourishment, but you're grabbing the wrong thing.
You're getting that spike, that sugar rush. It's sugar. You're right.
And if you get the fake social media feel of connection, then it's going to last you for a few minutes. You know why? Because it burns hot and fast, and then it's gone. You know? And that's different than an actual conversation with somebody, or visiting a friend, or giving somebody a hug.
Man. It's all like,
You feel good for a week. You'll be like, I saw my friend, or I talked to my friend, and
God.
you talk about it for the rest of the week. You forget about that like you had.
You feel warm.
Right.
You feel a truth and a warmth, and there's no feeling of emptiness when you have that true connection and that vibrations in real time with a fucking friend, a phone call.
Right.
When I was on Facebook, that's something I got rid of a year and a half ago. I do not miss it at all. I have to say, at first, it really felt like I was withdrawing from something. I felt lost, lonely. Like I was supplementing all of my need for relationships and in some sort of semblance of interaction, human interaction during the course of my day. I work at home for years. It gets super isolated. Anyway, I don't miss it. And one of the things I wrote was, in the future, there are going to be like nutrition facts that we need, that there's the FDA, is that what it is?
Food Drug Administration.
This content contains zero calories or like a billion. Like they're going to tell you what's healthy for you and what is not. Not just trigger warning, not just spoiler alert. It's going to be like, this is complete fucking junk food. Take at your own risk. Put this into your brain at your own risk. This is just something I mean, health and well-being is always the last to the party when there's a gold rush, Fucking slavery was legal. Fucking cigarettes were advertised and told they were healthy. Like, just, it's all part of the timeline of evolution, man. We just have to, unfortunately, I don't know. Time works in both ways. We know. The people who are in charge and in power, they fucking know. They know. They're just being irresponsible motherfucking cunts. And they're just watching teenagers kill themselves and fucking and get goddamn Botox at 14. Like, fuck you, you fucking bastards. And it's all kind of falling in the hands of like the vulnerability of women and their issues with physical appearance and body dysmorphia. Because women are the first to be shamed if they look bad, if they get fat, if they get old. Men, nah. So there goes my age-old conflict with, it's not men that I hate. I just don't like the double standards. I don't like them.
It's like the system is what's kind of like having things going. Because the thing about it is too, also what I realize, even though the things that we're shown to be like, oh, people feel this way or people think that way, and you talk to the people that you know in your life, it doesn't match up. So they're talking about you, but you don't see what they're talking about. Like on the news, they might show, a black man did whatever, robbed a lady or high-speed chase or whatever. And I look at my friends that look like me and I'm like, I don't know anybody that actually that does that, right? but you're telling me that's me and mine, right? And I don't recognize that. Like, do you know anybody like that, man? No, I don't.
Not at all. Like that? The only people I know like that live in Long Island and are white. Okay, facts. These are facts. I grew up with them. I know these people, but they are not black people.
like black men. Oh, they're bad dads and blah blah blah. Now, do I think that there are some fathers who don't look after their kids? Yes, but there's some moms too. It's just a thing, right? But do I know dads who don't do that? Have kids. Right, so if they're not ready to have kids, then that's fine. But I'm just saying, I see plenty of things that's reflected. It's supposed to be a reflection of me that I don't. Right. That's not my world.
There's nothing to verify or validate it in your.
I don't see it in my situation. Right. Not to say it don't exist, but I'm just saying. You would think, as much as it's shown, that it would be this thing, and it's kind of like.
That's another reason I got a beef with fucking Hollywood. They are the reason the entire world has this stereotype about black people. They made it. They started it. They started that trend.
They were a tool, yes. And it took advantage of the situation that we were put into. It's almost kind of like if we were full, and I'm talking about full as in like sense of self, knowing of history, knowing of ourselves, our true beginnings and stuff like that.
We wouldn't have taken those fucking roles in the first place.
Exactly. Or if we saw a blatant lie, we would recognize it to be a lie that it is. But if you are starved,
out of that.
If you are starved to the point of death, a rock could look like food to you, and you would try to eat it because you're so starved.
I hear you. I get it.
It's just crazy.
It is crazy. It's part of why Black people will never fucking catch up.
There's so many.
I'm sorry, not in my lifetime. Maybe not in mine. Unless we could go back and we could rewrite everything and just do it like Hollywood did and just make it Blackywood. I don't know. I don't know the word yet. Rewrite every fucking thing reverse. White people were the slaves. White people.
Oh, you know what?
Fucking race.
That's funny that you brought that up because have you ever seen this movie called White Man's Burden?
When did it come out?
Oh, it came out in the 90s, I'm thinking. Okay. It came out in the 90s with John Travolta and Harry Belafonte. You have to experience that movie. I kind of don't want you to see a trailer or nothing. I kind of want you just to watch it.
But this is like pre-woke. Like, it's really hard to watch shit from the 90s for me. First of all, it just visually looks like crap.
I know, I understand, but
the acting is weird, the dialogue is weird, and everyone is racist as fuck.
I understand.
Sexist, racist. Oh my God.
I'll see if I can find it.
Homophobic.
Yeah, but it kind of speaks on that. So with you being mixed, is it something that you feel like you have to reconcile? Is it a factor?
I'm mixed, but according to every fucking I am Black, you know. I don't get a choice. I don't get a choice, man. And the funny thing is, I'm actually 35% Black and 65% white.
Do you feel that it plays a factor in your art? I'll say
being mixed.
Yeah, is this something that you throw in there?
Both worlds. I have no shame appropriating, because who am I appropriating? Myself, you know. Like, I slip in and out. I could be white, straight white Karen, and I could be just a Black jive ass turkey too. Like, I get to be both, and I consider that to be a gift. Yeah. You know, I used to feel a curse, like, I'm an alien. I used to not identify as human when I was growing up because it was hard. I grew up in a white neighborhood. Everyone was lazy about the fact that we were brown. They were like, no, you're not Black. Let's just call you Puerto Rican. That'll do. You know, these fucking Italian Americans. Huh. But I grew up and I started to understand it as soon as I moved into a Black neighborhood. I learned about my culture. I didn't know shit about it because my mom ran away when she was 15, so we didn't have any contact with our Black relatives. Okay. It was just the Italians. And a bunch of white people in my neighborhood. No Black teachers, nothing, man. Just music. Music was my escape, and also I just made it my own personal agenda and to learn about my fucking culture and to not be afraid. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing for myself. I never really said anything, but if I'd be in a room full of Black people, I would feel intimidated as fuck. Not afraid, but intimidated. And I'm like, dude, this is not fucking cool. You need to work this out. And you can't go to a shrink for that. You need to have Black friends. You need to make yourself more comfortable. Like, every white person should do this. I had to go through what a white person needs to go through, okay? And I'm brown. Do it. Wow. Make yourself comfortable. Make yourself right at home, because they are fucking far more welcoming than white people ever fucking were to me. I'm like, not to be offensive or racial.
No, everything is
Black
kind of
community just welcomed the fuck out of me, and I always felt, it's hard. You got, like, in Long Island or wherever, you're always gonna deal with a crowd of people who resent you for the fact that you're lighter than them. So we got the racism on both sides, but I forgive Black people. It takes 2 seconds to like, for them to stop laughing at you and take you seriously. For white people, it's gonna take lifetimes. Black people are ready to accept, like, they really are ready. I forgot where I was going with that, but that was a groundbreaking moment for me, where I wasn't ashamed of being Black. I didn't feel like I had to hide what I was. I didn't feel like I had to stay out of the fucking sun in the summer. That's a thing. That's a thing mixed people do. Some of them, they won't admit it. It's fucked up. And I don't know. I feel uncomfortable when I'm in a room full of white people now. I'm like, get me back to Brooklyn. This is not cool. Get me out of Europe. This plane, you fucking scan the plane for like, is there a black person? Where's the black people? Yeah, you're always looking for another, like, to make eye contact with a brown person. There's a camaraderie and there's a love and there's a sadness in that glance. Short glance. Ooh, it's all there. 2 seconds. Yeah. You don't get that from a white person. Sorry, white people. It just doesn't happen.
Wow. Yeah, it's just, yeah, and it's funny, the whole race thing, you know, it's a thing. It's like a product. Because even with me just growing up, and I think I kind of lucked out growing up in the Bay Area and with just a variety of everything. But that doesn't mean that we learned like strong, you know, Black culture stuff and all that kind of things. We were just kind of, you know, just like people. And I guess the whole race thing didn't really kick in until maybe middle school. And I remember my dad kind of gave me a heads up about that, right? And it threw me off. He's like, you know, your friends you hang out with and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah. I say, well, you know, once you get to middle school, let's go all change. And I'm like, and I was offended. And
interesting.
And shortly after, I started seeing how everybody kind of separated. Like the Filipinos hung with the Filipinos, the blacks have the blacks, the white people start to. I'm thinking like, what? We've been friends up until 6th grade, and I get to 7th grade, and now you on that side of the lunchroom, and I'm on the other side of the lunchroom. It's like, what is this mess? You know, it's you know,
it's part of the mess of puberty and growing into an adult and trying to cling on, understand your identity and explore it more. It's not just, it's racial, it's also just part of being human, you know?
Right. That's true too. Like a rite of passage kind of thing, like you said.
Yeah, but it goes away. It definitely, well, for me, for everyone, it should, but like some people, they just, you know, children, you know what children are like. Their hearts are 100% open, yo. Open.
Yeah, thank God for that.
They will love fucking anything, anyone.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
And then you also do have people that later on, they kind of fall into the thing where, you know, they recognize in their culture, whatever that might be. Mine would be blackness and stuff. And then it's interesting to see how sometimes people swing hard, you know, one way, which is just overcompensating. Yeah. And then they start kind of regulating like, okay, me doing this doesn't make me that culture. Let me tighten it up again. And this doesn't mean blah, blah, blah.
Right.
It's almost self-awareness for yourself. It's not for you to present to the world what you are. It's for you to know who you are inside. And the way you walk and talk and move and sing and draw.
That is you as a human being, not as like, that's beautiful. Thank you for saying that. And I think the world needs to hear a lot more of that message. Like, let's stop you know, identifying your identity is what you and your fucking ego, it is very fucking ego based, is like true. That's what's separating you from humanity. Like, let's all start to be more human and less fucking whatever the fuck we identify as.
I think that makes us move differently, but then also, like I said, it's not like we don't be aware of the systems in place and things like that. So we're not saying there isn't racism.
All very aware there is.
Right, but people are like concerned about the outside stuff when it's really about the individual and how they move. It's like you wouldn't need a law to not say hang black people if you know that's wrong to do.
Right.
You shouldn't have to be told what to do when you should know in your heart and in your person as a human that that's not right to do to somebody. You know, it's interesting.
It is interesting, and I guess, you know, people used to have like laws, like Bible religious laws that used to help clarify those blurred lines. We're kind of a godless culture now. And now that people are kind of like, not that I was ever religious, but I definitely have a firm, solid sense and understanding of love. The only reason we're here, you know, fucking love creates. Yes. I don't know. That's a very naive, corny thing to say, but love is true. At core, it means creation, right? Yes. We were created. this happened. The reason you fucking make something is because you fucking love. That's love right there, you know? Yeah. And it's the only thing that ever, I don't know. I sound corny. I swear to God, I'm not high. I'm not high right now, but it's just, and I can't really articulate it. Like every now and then I totally fucking understand it, you know?
Yeah.
But I know for goddamn sure hate is fucking hella destructive.
Right.
And is not serving anyone and never fucking did.
No. So true.
Yeah, it doesn't even serve you. It hurts you the most. It hurts you, oh, the hate. Right. Do I sound like Mr. Rogers or Kermit the Frog? I'm feeling quite corny lately.
Why be normal when you could be weird? Why show your face when you could rock a beard? Why fly a plane when you could fly a jet? Why have a man when you could have a pet? Why smoke when you could breathe deep? Why be awake when you could go to sleep? Why take a pull when you could take a hit? Why get high when you could get lit? Why be straight when you could be gay? Why say hello when you could say hey? Yo, why not dance instead of sitting down? Why not smile instead of making a frown? Why be blue when you could be green? Why be nice when you could be mean? Why smoke crack when you could smoke dope? Why have doubt when you can have hope? Let's look for the future inside everyone.
Hey, this is Jay, and I hope you're enjoying the conversation so far. I just want to let you know that this conversation is part of a larger conversation that continues on the next episode. Thanks for listening.